Previously on Relatable's Baddies Book Club.
The princess is about to do something, but before she can do it, Lucian winnows, pulls his sword, cuts her head off. Head drops to the ground.
Our boy
Lucian just beheads the princess, bro. Head drops to the ground, and she's like, holy shit. Dagden winnows to Lucian. Lucian can barely get his sword out of, he's just barely lifting it back up.
To block it, yeah.
To block the blow, and he does. He just pulls away from it. Feyre goes, but I had enough time to come in, and I fully blocked the blow, and then I drove my knife into the prince's eyes. She's talking about all the cartilage and shit, and she kills the prince.
Yeah. I did not see that coming.
Welcome to Relatable's Baddies Book Club, where we will embark on a journey reading some of the finest pieces of literature you have ever laid eyes, or ears, if that's your preferred way to consume a book, on.
Oh, no.
A Court of Wings and Ruin, chapters 11 to 20.
And Jake, I wanted the top end of the episode.
All yours, mate.
And I think you are going to like what I've done.
Okay. Shit.
You semi-inspired me a little bit.
Okay.
And there's one thing... shouldn't have started that way, should I? There's one thing about our job that I don't really care or miss, but we don't have any sort of uniform or anything like that. And the other day when you wore your reading attire, your dressing gown.
Oh, yeah.
It inspired me quite a lot. And I don't own a dressing gown.
I feel like that was ages ago.
It was ages ago. Mate, I actually did order this a long time ago. It came from Ireland or somewhere weird like that.
Sick.
Took ages to get in.
I don't know. I feel like Ireland's pretty magical.
Yeah, it is pretty magical. But this is my petition for the Baddies Book Club official uniform.
Oh.
For you and me.
Oh, yeah. Okay. This is what we wear when we record.
So for all the listeners / watchers, this is going to take me a second, but I'm going to leave the studio. And it will only be 1 second for them. It'll be a little bit for me.
That's all right.
And I'm going to come back wearing it and then give you yours.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
So give me a second.
Okay. Should I film you walking in?
Yeah, maybe.
Or just my reaction on this camera?
Get your reaction. It'll take me 2 seconds to walk in.
Okay. Oh, shit. I'm so excited. What the fuck did you order? I'm ready. What is this shit? What the fuck, bro?
Here we go, baddies.
What?
This is for me.
What?
We have official Prythian night court pajamas. Well, mine is the night court, and I think yours is just Akatar.
Boy. What?
Oh, that looks sick on cam.
Look at this.
Your one, the detail is insane.
Holy. Oh, I got a cheeky little Crescent City Easter egg here.
Very cool.
Haven't even read that yet.
Yeah, look at it.
Whoa, let me see yours.
Mine's more subtle, but still cool.
Nah, yours is still sick.
Got them from 2 different companies. They were both genders, so I had to guess what size, 2XL, so I'm hoping yours fits.
Well, fuck, let's try it on quick.
Yeah. Free show action too, girls.
Yeah, I should put this on Patreon only.
Yes, it fits. Oh, it looks great. It's the tiniest little bit, but who cares? You're sleeping in it.
Whoa.
Oh, it looks good.
Shit. Hey, I should put the pants on too.
I really like the Valaris on the top of yours. Get a free show action myself, getting to see Jake change in front of me. You look so funny.
Yo!
Let's go!
Look at this, bro. This is the funniest thing.
This is how you do it. And baddies, you got to comment. Should this be our uniform for every episode moving forward?
Wow. They're comfy.
They're slightly distracting. I'd hope so. They're quite expensive.
Were they really?
Yeah.
That's so funny. This is what you told me the other day that you bought.
Yeah.
And don't check it.
Yeah.
I've got something about the cereal. Wow. You do not fear You do not falter. You do not yield.
There's so many little.
That? I don't really know what that means yet. We haven't even seen that. Wow. Look, I got a map of Prythian. Night, day, dawn, middle, winter, summer, autumn, spring. Man, this is... Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
It's for us.
Wow.
You paid for half of them. So technically, you paid for yours.
I didn't think it wasn't my idea, though. Wow.
But now, baddies, we are ready to record.
We are ready to get into it.
Aka War.
Aka War, baby. But, guys, girls, baddies, book lovers, Feyre... I was going to say Feyre lovers. I think they all are Feyre lovers.
At this point, yes.
I'm going to say Rhysand stands.
Yeah.
As you know, on Patreon, this episode you're listening to right now comes out 5 days early on a Monday. Mm-hmm. If you're listening to this on a Monday, honestly, you can disregard what I'm about to say, but you might want to listen in because it's also for you. Now, it's $5 a month on Patreon. You get an extra episode of the main podcast on Thursday, and then you get this on Monday, 5 days early. But we thought if you're going on there just for the book club and all you're doing is getting it 5 days early and you're paying $5 a month, even though you get the episode on Thursday as well, we thought it just wasn't enough. We've kind of been doing it accidentally by bringing in, as you saw last week, I did songs that describe Rhysand. It could only be done on Patreon. But we thought each week we'll bring something in at the start of each episode that is this Patreon exclusive part of the episode. So on Friday, you still get obviously the, what's it called? The recap and the book club for free. But everyone that's paying, we feel as though we wanted to make it better value. Yeah,
get another kind of Easter egg, I guess.
Yeah, so if you want to watch us today, we're going to be playing Cards Against Prythian.
Oh yeah.
Instead of Cards Against Humanity. We're going to play that for a little bit before we get into it.
Yeah.
And then we'll do the recap, but that'll be on Patreon only. So we love you all. Stay bad. And yeah, that's how it's going to be.
Otherwise, you just get to enjoy the recaps.
Yeah. Now, time for serious business.
The chapters.
The chapters, right. So where did we leave off?
We left with Lucian and Feyre just entering the Autumn Court.
Yeah, so they just slayed Dagden, and I don't even remember her name because she's not important.
And I wish they killed Ianthe.
Same, bro.
Why wouldn't you in that situation?
I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I think death is like the easy way out. And so what she's done to Ianthe, what are we laughing at?
Just that. No, keep going.
Are you laughing at my pajamas?
No.
Wait, look where the pockets are.
I got that too.
Why are they so low?
I bought them from two different senders too. Maybe are they Kindle size? I don't know.
Glasses, Kindle.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're off topic here.
2 snacks. Through the episode, we'll just be talking like this.
Oh yeah, we should go get that box of shapes downstairs. Just load up our pockets. Basically, okay. So, Feyre was going to leave. The prince and the princess, they're like, nah. She fucks up Thingo, kills him. They go to the door. They're about to go in. But what I wanted to say was, I think that what she did to Ianthe
with a hand
is worse than death.
You reckon?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, she's got to live with that forever.
She's alive, but she's living in fear like someone's chasing her forever.
True. Oh, and also, we didn't mention their powers are... They're just being completely nullified.
Yep. All the powers are fully gone as they got to the door to the Autumn Court. Okay.
Yes.
Let's go. Chapter 11. So, Feyre and Lucian, they go through the Autumn Court door. Mm-hmm. There's no guards there. And Lucian looks back at her and he's like, bro, what the hell? And she's like, yeah, that was me. She's like, Cassian always taught me to have 2 plans at once. And we're always kind of like, I'm trying to think in here, like, we're always just learning little random things that she's done. I wish I knew her plans prior.
That's something I would say if, like, something worked out really well and someone's like, did you do that? I'm like, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And you didn't do anything.
It's always going to happen. Plan B. But they go through and she's like, I just need time for my powers to come back and then we can winnow. So they go through, they go and he like takes her through, and she said that walking through the forests of the Autumn Court is like walking through a jewel box, jewelry box.
Beautiful.
She said it's beautiful. It's so cool, but the forest expanse is just like insane, right? Lucian leads her to a cave. They go in and he's like, don't worry, just like it doesn't lead anywhere. Just goes off at the back end. I used to come here and camp while I hunted here. Couple little beds, blah, blah, blah. Old, dusty, cool. They're staying there for the night. And she's looking at Lucian and they're just like having a little chat. He lights a candle and then he's kind of just being a bitch. He's all angry.
Bit sassy.
He's being like real sassy with her and she goes, honestly, can we argue about this later?
Yeah.
I don't really feel like talking to you right now because also I don't want to get caught. Okay.
Keep quiet.
Let's keep quiet. Next morning, wake up. She gets her bag full of food from Alice, and she goes, it's going to have Fabane in it. Go. Now, at this point, remember, no powers at all. She can't use them to see if anyone's around. She can't smell. The only thing is she can just smell what's in front of her.
She's basically human.
She said, yeah, she's like, I'm helpless. This is what I used to live like. How did I live like this? I'm relying on my powers too much.
Yeah.
And then she dumps out her food. She's like, let the scavengers have it. And he goes, okay, cool. She goes, I need to go north. I need to get home. Quick as possible. No time wasted. He goes, nah. Due north. That's where my father's fucking layer.
Straight through the middle.
Straight where his seat is.
Yeah.
He calls it a seat for some reason or something. She goes, well, we're not going west because if we get too close to the summer court, those motherfuckers are going to kill me on sight. I ain't going west, spending time going. I'm not going to waste any time going. Oh, no. I'm not going east because of summer court. I'm not going to waste time going west because it's just going to take too long.
Too long, yeah.
So we're going straight through, and you better not let us get caught.
I thought that was really dumb because Lucian's just like, I grew up here. I know the way. And she's like, no,
I know.
Listen to me, you idiot. I've never been here before.
It's like, okay, cool. Ready? One thing I would like to say is you were willing to wait a couple days for your powers to come back. Yeah. You may as well do it safely and go west.
Yeah. What? Let's go closer to the problem.
But let's go right through where we're going to get captured and killed. So they're going, being safe. They stop at a stream. They catch some fish. They eat the fish. They go. They're like stopping. She's eating an apple, blah, 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 blah. And then they go for like a good 5 days. No talking and barely any chatting. Lucian's all pissed at her and she's kind of just like, whatever, I don't care. And then they actually get through the forest and they get past his dad's area where his house is. And we get to learn how big it is. It's humongous. It expands through the forest, through the ground, and then only the upper levels are above the forest, and you get to like have a view.
Very cool.
He said that it would take half a morning to get from one side to the other. It's like, this house is fucking humongous.
It's sick.
Why is everyone so rich?
In Prythian.
Yeah.
In general. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's cool.
Fucking insane. And so for some reason I pictured Tamlin's Manor as not very nice.
Yeah, I'm thinking literally Tamlin's Manor is just like some grass and then like a little estate.
Yeah.
And then there's cities of Valaris and it's beautiful.
And we've been told like the cities of the Dawn Court are fucking insane apparently.
The Spring Court is like the Povel one. Well, we found out later on that each court had to give up, or other than Highburn, bits of space and area, land. Whereas I think Spring Court might have given up the most.
Yeah, okay, fair. They also
on the border.
They're pretty big.
Yeah.
But yeah, they gave up a lot.
Yeah.
And so we're going through and then they get past the point of where the sentries would be doing rounds.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, cool. And then they find a cave one night and it's a pretty cold night and they are lighting a fire tonight because it's necessary because they need to keep warm. And she said that night, she thinks that her powers are starting to come back a bit. And because she dreamt about being in Lucian's mind watching her and she dreamt that she was a bit chilly and he looks at her for a bit and then puts his cloak over top of her. But he actually did it because he's a beast. And then she said, next thing you know, hand covering her mouth like that. Yeah. I've always wanted for some reason, wanted to be awake on guard watching the camp and then something happens and I need to wake the person next to me up. Like if you're sleeping and I'm taking guard and then you need to wake up and we're on the run and I just wake you up by putting my hand over your mouth like, don't fucking talk. They're coming. I don't know why, but that's what Lucian does to Feyre.
I could see you doing that at like a sleepover when you were a kid. Hey, shh, shh. Mum's coming. I've got snacks. Mum's coming. Eat one now.
And so basically she's woken up to Lucian just like hand over mouth. And she's like, what the fuck? Looks over and she sees 3 figures in the cave. And then she's like, oh, I don't even need to know who they are because I know it's Lucian's brothers. Yeah. Chapter ends. And I'm here sitting to myself last week saying I'm going to read 1 chapter per night. That chapter ends. What am I going to do? Not read the fucking next chapter? Insane. So, chapter 12.
Sarah J. Maas is brilliant at ending a chapter with a bang.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, I could read a couple more pages.
Yeah. Chapters. And I'm never going to finish mid-chapter. I'm always going to finish
I
the
sometimes
chapter.
do, because you know how on the books they have like that little cross?
Yeah.
And then it's like a new bit?
You can finish there.
I finished there. Yeah.
One thing I will say is lots of books make me tired. This book wakes me up.
It's like, yeah, it's like, you know how when you're meant to go to sleep, you shouldn't be watching anything like too scary or too intense.
Nothing to get your heart rate up.
Yeah, this book gets your heart rate up. Sex scenes, fights, Feyre.
Fucking, wait, dude. The sons of Beren, Lord of the Night Court, coming in and wake you up in a cave at night?
Yeah.
That's scary. Okay, basically. So, it's at the end, the chapter ends and you're actually like, Lucian's brothers, cool. So, it's Aerys, who's the eldest, I believe. Mm-hmm. And keep in mind, Aerys is the one that Maul was supposed to marry.
Yeah, he's the next in line.
He was the one that Maul was supposed to marry, but he just like left her on the fucking thingo when she was all fucked up. So we hate Aerys with a passion.
We hate all of them, but
we hate all of them with passion. So they also all tried to kill Lucian. And they also killed Lucian's love of his life. And so basically, Aerys demands that Lucian and Feyre, they're like, father you felt attacked. You felt hurt that you would not come and say hi. And Lucian's like, we're on an errand.
Yeah.
Time crunch, buddy.
Sorry, brother.
Sorry.
Yeah.
On an errand, time crunch. And then Aerys goes, well, word is that this is crazy as well. When I read this, I was like, they use this wording. He's like, word is that you and Feyre have run off cuckolding Tamlin.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, what the fuck? How does word spread so quickly? The word got there before they even got there. And so they're kind of like, bugger off. But Feyre goes, damn, I can feel my power coming back, mainly the fire. And that must be because I'm close to Beren in the Autumn Court. So, bing, bang, boom, whack, fires the ceiling or some shit, right? And then they're standing there and they've like somehow swapped places with the brothers, and the brothers are deeper in the cave and Lucian and Feyre are at the mouth of the cave for some reason. But anyway, she said that she's like throwing fire at them all to kind of like blah, 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 blah. And she said that she didn't think it was going to do much to them because she felt a power rising against hers. But then she saw a little twinkle in Lucian's eye. Lucian has firepower.
Yeah.
Sick.
Which is cool.
And he just starts blasting the top of the cave, bringing rots tumbling down. They tumble down, trap all their brothers and shit. And then they run out. Snow everywhere. I forgot to mention that. There's snow everywhere now in the Autumn Court. They're on their way to the Winter Court. That's where they're trying to get away because Aerys and the other brothers, they won't dare attack someone while in another court because it's against the law, bro.
And they just lost all their belongings.
All their belongings are in there. All their food and shit that they've collected, apples, fish, whatever. And all they have on them right now is the clothes they're wearing. And she has 2 knives and Lucian has 1 knife. Yeah. And they're just trudging through the snow. They're going up a mountain, blah, 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 blah. So they're going through and they actually go for like a day or something. And they're fucked up, bro. It's cold. They're freezing down to the bone and shit. And they used all their magic in the cave. The Feybane's still just like holding them down. Their magic's all ruined and shit. And then finally they go like, shit, we have to find the cave tonight. We have to start a fire. Lucian's like, bro, we'll start a fire with what? We got no magic. We got no wood. Seriously, you're an idiot. And she's like, fair. But anyway, they start a fire. They don't start a fire. They find a cave and they go in and they just they don't say anything, but they do understand that the only thing that's going to keep them warm tonight is body heat. And I was like,
there it is.
I was thinking,
are
these motherfuckers about to strip naked and cuddle? But they didn't. All they did was sat shoulder to shoulder and like
boring.
Held hands and shit and like shuddered,
I
shittery
thought
teeth.
they should have done that before lighting the fire in the last cave. Yeah. I thought that's what they were going to do.
Same. For some reason, I've been feeling like, I know it's never going to happen. I do know it's never going to happen, but there's sexy tension between Lucian and Feyre here. Woo-hoo-hoo. Rhysand better be a little bit careful.
He is a little cutie, Lucian, isn't he?
I gotta say, she describes him as muscly.
Yeah. He's gorgeous.
He's a pretty guy.
I think, yeah. Well, he's Elaine's mate now too.
So basically, in the cave, to try and keep their mind off things, Lucian's asking about Elaine, who is now his mate. He's like, what's Elaine like? She goes on to say, okay, well, she's this, that, the other. She likes to plant shit. She likes to do stuff, blah, 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 blah. Cool. She goes, she's also fucking engaged, bro. And he's like, damn. And she's like, dude, she's engaged to a guy whose father is a lord. And that lord has dedicated his whole life to hunting fairies. Hunting us!
Yeah.
You think you're going to marry her? You think she's going to be your mate? No! All right? And then they're like, cool. Lucian just goes, I don't even care. All I want to do is I want to see her once. And then they have a little like cuffle, blah, 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 blah. And then they start talking about, I think he was like mad at her again. And then she's like, shut the fuck up, bro. Like seriously. He's like, when did you fall in love with him? And when did you fall out of love with Tamlin? Like when did you actually fall in love with Rhysand? She's like, well, first of all, I wasn't unfaithful to Tamlin. It took me months to fall in love with Rhysand. Okay? And he's like, yeah, whatever. And then she's like, yeah, you know, you were too much for the Spring Court anyway. You liked all the little casualties and like the nice comforts, but I know you want more. I know you want more. And he's like, well, what do you suggest? I have stay at the Night Court? And then she's like, well,
Could happen. Could work.
You might fucking do pretty well there. And basically she kind of goes, well, I might, in her head, she's like, I might do it because it's another way to get back at Tamlin.
Yeah, exactly. And I've always thought that Lucian's powers were kind of wasted in the Spring Court.
Yeah.
And just the vibe Tamlin gives is just like, he's not really his mate, is he?
Later on in the...
Treats him like shit.
He does treat him like shit. I feel like he doesn't treat Lucian with respect.
Nah.
He's always kind of like, shut your mouth.
Well,
not here.
Your prediction last time, you said something, but you also said Lucian's powers, we haven't really seen him yet.
No.
Really. I think he is a beast.
He's keeping them at bay.
Yeah, he really is a beast.
Yeah. But that's chapter 12. Okay, chapter 13. Guys, this chapter literally made Pooh start bingo stamping my undies. That's all I want to say. It was fucking sick, bro.
Pause. Never say that again. You kind of came up with that.
No, I didn't. I just knew I had to say it one day. Yeah. But basically, so they survive the night in the cave. Last chapter they're talking about
cuddling.
Yeah, they cuddle all night. They survive the night. They feel a little bit of power coming back from rest. So she lights a little fire, warms them up. But then they have to get going, all right? They're gone. They still haven't been caught by Eris and that. They're like, okay, cool. Maybe we're all good. They get to the border and they've just crossed the border into the Winter Court. And where they've come to is this humongous frozen lake. They're talking about like, they can barely see the other side. And so they're going out there and they're like, okay, cool. They start walking. And they're talking about, we might have to melt some of the snow to make a shelter tonight. And she's talking about how like translucent the ice is and you can see to the deep darks below. Cool. We learn a little bit about the Winter Court, how they have good fighters, but they also rely on the polar bears. They call them big white bears, but obviously polar bears.
They were cool.
They rely
They're
on
huge.
Bears. We don't get to see one, unfortunately, but it'd be sick if we did.
We will. I reckon it's a plant. No.
100%.
I reckon they'll use them in the war.
100%, bro.
Yeah.
100%, bro. What? Are you serious?
Don't act like... I felt like that was a cool thing I just figured out.
They don't mention bears and just not ever see them again.
I don't know.
But we don't get to see them. But what happens is they're walking, and then for some reason they both just look behind them, and Aris and the other two brothers.
Suspenseful music.
Yeah, suspenseful music. Blah, blah, blah. And Aris and the brothers are there and like, hey guys, well, watch this. Aris fire into the lake, starts melting the lake. Lucian and Feyre start running. He's like, turn around, run. Don't even think about it. Run, blah, 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 blah. One of the other brothers is shooting arrows at them. Missing. They're running. Blah, 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 blah. She's trying to go for her life. Blah, 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 blah. And then she's like, shit, if I have the firepower, that means I'm in the Witcher Court. Bruh, my ice powers are going to be back. She starts freezing the lake as she's going because it's melting. She's like freezing it. And then out of nowhere, Aris winnows in front of her, and then he just fucking strikes because her and Lucian have ever so slightly split up to try and like deter them or whatever. So Aris winnows in front of her, whacks this bitch. And then, no, incorrect. Winnows in front of her with the other two brothers. Lucian's like, shit, watch out. One of the brothers shoots an arrow. She's like, shit, skims her face, cuts her cheek. Another one, right in the arm. Boom, she's got an arrow in her arm. She's like, ah. And then she snaps it, pulls it out, and the healing powers are starting to heal a bit pretty quick. She's like, shit. And so then she's like, okay, cool. Uses that big beam of white light she used in Highburn to try and distract them. And it does a bit. She makes for the fucking shore. But again, Aris winnows in front of her, whacks this bitch, okay? Now, Lucian starts to fight with the other brothers, holding his own, I must say. And she's just getting ruined by Aris. Whack.
He's a beast.
He's a beast.
Yeah.
Punches in her stomach, whacks her in the face. And then he's like, girl, this is going to end one way. I'm going to put you in that fucking lake. I'm going to melt it. And as soon as you go in there, it's going to freeze over. What are you going to do then? Beg me to take you see my dad. Bang. Has her by the hair, about to do something. And she goes out of nowhere. Just a winged fucking shadow. Just plummets onto the lake. And she goes, holy shit, it's not just a shadow. It's Cassian. 2 seconds later, Asriel lands. Bang. As soon as I was like, I'm telling you right now, I was reading the book and I was looking up as in like, I need someone to talk to. I was like, I need someone to talk to right now, bro.
Henry, Tilly, come over.
I was like, holy shit. And then it's the sickest line in the book so far. Everyone can get fucked. Hello, Feyre darling? Nothing. What else is the fucking good line? I want you splayed out on a table like a feast? Nothing. Did you like me kneeling before you? Nothing. Cassian looks at Aris and goes, what does he say? He goes, I suggest you drop my lady.
Yeah.
Bro.
Did he say hi, lady?
No, he just said lady.
Lady.
He's like, I suggest you drop my lady. And Aris tightens the grip. Cassian goes, smiles at him. And she's like a smile that any warrior would be scared of. And so then she's in her head. She's like, Cassian gives me a look. This is fucking sick.
So cool.
she goes, not only is he teaching me to fight, he's teaching me to get out of grips, as if he knew something like this was going to happen. She does this sick little thing, punches at Eris in the face. He lets go. Before she even hits the ground, Cassian's there. Whang! Boom, 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 fighting Eris. And then Azriel's over there helping Lucian. You just hear swords clanging like, wah, 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 wah. Lucian, boom, 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 boom. And basically she's going, wow. The Lucian's brothers, they're like kind of holding their own, just like barely, but still, it's a testament to their fighting skills to be able to hold their own against Cassian and Azriel. And then she goes, but Cassian is getting through Eris's defense with crazy efficiency. And she's kind of like, shit, what's going on? And at the same time, there's sentries from the Oldham Court that are on the shore just shooting arrows at everyone. And Cassian mid-fight, Azriel mid-fight, they're just shielding everyone as well while fighting, fucking beasts. And so then it's like whack, 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 whack. And then stab. Cassian stabs Eris in the stomach and he's like, ooh, shit. And then she sees that Cassian's about to kill Eris because also Cassian and Azriel hate the Oldham Court for what they did to Moore. And so she goes, whoa, shit, I can't like have this happen. As satisfactory as this would be, I also think the Oldham Court could still side with us in the war against Highbone. So she goes, stop. Cassie and Azriel, stop. Right on her command. And so then she summons them over. They're standing next to her. She gets rid of every bit of glamour that she had on her. By the way, you know how you were like, last episode, how is her glamour still working if all the Feybane's got in her system? It just apparently was working the whole time. And now, this is crazy what I'm about to say. She goes, fuck it. Glamour's all off. Tattoo's out. She goes, I am High Lady of the Night Court. You should be killed right now for what you have done, but I'm going to spare you. And then...
smart from her.
Smart from her, yeah.
Yeah.
Lucian's gulking, thinking like, what the fuck, High Lady? No way. Eris goes, there's no such thing as a High Lady. She goes, well, there is now, bitch.
Yeah, I like that.
There is fucking now,
There is now.
And then, basically, Azriel picks up Lucian, Cassian picks up Feyre, fly off to wherever they're going. Yeah. And that's chapter 13. My favorite chapter of the whole series so far.
I think that was my favorite chapter too.
Yeah.
Reading that, I was like, damn.
It was fucking sick.
That was so enjoyable.
Chapter 14, guys. So they fly back to Moore standing kind of, I think, like on the border of the Winter Court. They land. Feyre just runs over to Moore, squeezes. And she's like, where is he? And she goes, he's far away right now. But as soon as you felt your bond snap back into place with the magic, he sent us because we were closer. I was here on the north side of the border because we wanted to keep them distracted from the fighting happening in the south. So, boom, she's like, cool, Lucian's there. She looks at Lucian like, blah. Azriel goes, hey, he helped me with the fight. So she's like, okay, cool. Now, we find out something about Moore. Moore is the truth teller. So she looks at Lucian and she goes, okay, let's go home. And then Farrah's like, which one?
Yeah.
As in like, are we going to the moon tower
What
above
do we want to show him?
Yeah, what are we going to show him? She goes, we're going to the townhouse. So obviously Lucian can be trusted because Moore trusts him. Cool. When they're back to the townhouse, they're in there. She's like, oh, fuck. They're talking chitty chatty. Lucian's like, bruh, there's kids laughing outside?
Yeah, what is this place?
He's like, what? There's kids laughing, children. And she goes, it's as if he hasn't heard it for years.
This kind of annoyed me a little bit. So one, when they showed the queens through the Veritas orb Valaris, obviously bit him in the bum. Now they're showing Lucian, who's been a part of the Spring Court for so long. And like, I know she's the truth teller, but still, like, we just trusted him like that. It's been hidden for...
Why didn't Morrigan use her truth telling on the queens?
Yeah, what the fuck? I don't know. That, and then also the tattoo thing. Mate, we're finding holes in the story.
Finding holes in the story here, Sarah J. Maas.
Yeah.
Do not let us read your books. So, cool. He's like, children laughing. She's like, yeah, boy, this is my home. And so, a bit of chitty chatty. Amren's there. She says hi to Amren. And Lucian's like bowing to Amren. And she goes, you've been taught. And he's like, yeah, fucking oath, you're scary, bitch. And then he's like chitty chatty. And then out of nowhere, it was pretty sick. I'm not going to lie. I was listening to this on the drive here because I read it and then listened to it to jog my memory. And I like had already read it. I knew it was going to happen. Lucian says something and then Rhysand still isn't there. Farrah goes to answer, but then Rhysand answers for her. And she talks about collapsing at the sound of his voice. And I was driving and I'm not going to lie, bro, teared up. I was like, I fucking miss Rhysand so much.
There's one problem with our new uniforms. Yeah. I don't think it's going to do a good job of hiding your boner for Rhysand.
Yeah, I don't even care, bro. It's an understatement.
It was cool though, yeah.
Cool. And then they reunite and then they basically they go make love. And she talks about, I don't know, wanting to get pump that shit inside of her. Pretty sick lovemaking session.
I think this was the first actual like love making session.
Nah, the one in the first one was love.
No, I feel like it didn't last long, and it was sort of like a bit of fucking still. And this one, I feel like this one was more like beautiful.
Yeah, while they're making love, they kind of go. She has a bath and shit, and then she like hops in.
Yeah, how he was like looking at her, and they're looking at each other. But it was like beautiful.
He's like, fucking, God, let me go. He tells everyone to fuck off so they can fuck for a bit.
And she's like, I can't believe you told everyone to leave so we could just have sex. He's like,
perks.
Yeah,
perks being the hard lord.
Yeah,
and so. There's just one funny part of it where, so she goes, she talks about coming, and then he comes after her, and it's just they make him a bit cringy. I can understand when you come kind of being like, ah, but this guy goes, Farah, when he comes, and I was like, no, you don't do that. You don't like. I'm not gonna
give it a go, dude.
Have you done it?
No,
didn't think so. I'm about to come, and I'm just like. Beth! She would tell me to shut up.
I think you need the full name.
Bethany.
Yes.
Oh, Bethany! I'm not doing that shit, bro. Also,
Cassandra!
Also, Rhysand just finishes inside her every single time. Yeah. Bro, they're having a kid.
No cleanup, brother.
Legit, bro.
Even though he can clean up with literally him clicking.
It's hectic.
He does it.
Okay, cool. But and then after they go,
That's the end of chapter 14.
Chapter 15. They're done. They go back downstairs. Everyone's back in the house. Everyone's kind of like eating lunch, blah, blah, blah. Lucian's there, still just like dirty from the week they just had. And she's kind of like, shit, I could have got him some clothes.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking, yeah, facts. You could have got him some fucking clothes, you bitch. And then they go down, bit of chitty chatty. And Lucian, what does he say? He doesn't say much. He just kind of, Rhysand says something. And before they came down, for some reason, they decided to exchange vows and put rings on. And he takes a look at the rings and gives Feyre a nasty look. And Rhysand goes, I'm going to say this once. Feyre was not unfaithful to Tamlin. It was months and months, I'm telling you, before anything happened. I knew she was my mate before I even knew she had anything to do with Tamlin. And when I told her, trust me, she gave me hell for it.
Yeah, well, we spoke about that, how Rhysand let Feyre discover that she actually loved him herself, which we thought was admirable. And it worked out here. But if he just told Feyre and then they started fucking because they were mates from the start, she would have been like semi-unfaithful to Tamlin. I think it was beautiful what he did.
Exactly, same.
So Feyre was like, no, you should have told me.
Yeah, and Lucian's kind of like,
It's
cool.
funny. It's funny how she said that, but now she's not telling Elaine that Lucian's her mate.
Elaine knows.
She does?
Lucian said it to her.
Or at the start. When
he said it straight up when he felt it.
You're my mate. I thought they'd already left, no?
No. Straight up. He was like, Elaine, you're my mate. So she knows. But she's also kind of like, what the fuck does that mean?
What does a mate? Yeah.
It's like, what? I don't
kind of like
shit.
me reading. Like, what's a mate? Yeah.
And then they go down and Lucian's kind of like, okay, cool. And then, I don't know, Rhysand kind of says, look, go ahead. I want to say one more thing. I'm also going to say this once. If you threaten anyone in this house or if you threaten anyone in this city, I'm going to rip your fucking throat out. And I was like, shit, okay. I was like, hectic. And so then she goes, well, I'm going to go see my sisters. Would you like to come? Lucian says yes. They go up to the House of Wind, and that's where Feyre tells Lucian everything. He's looking over at the city, and he's like, wow, I can't believe this is a thing. This is more beautiful than any city I've seen in the Dawn Court, any palaces in the Winter Court, blah, blah, blah. She's like, yeah, tells them the whole story. She gets Rhysand to come over. He says some parts of his story, not as in detail as she knows, but obviously some stuff. And Lucian's kind of like, fuck, okay, this is crazy. And then they go and they take him to his room. I say, cool, see ya. You're not a prisoner here. You can do whatever you want. You're not allowed to see the sisters, though. What I will say is, I don't know, just don't be a dick. They go to see Nesta. I might have this in a different, wrong order, but whatever. They go to see Nesta.
Bitch.
Biggest bitch in history, bro. She's in there reading a book in the library, all happy, right?
Yeah.
Feyre's like, wow, she's actually kind of happy. And she's like, wow, okay.
This was jarring.
Yeah, this is jarring as fuck. And she just gets up at the side of Feyre and goes, so you're back.
Yeah. Didn't she even say, like, what do you want?
Yeah, so what are you doing here? What's the point of this visit?
Yeah.
Say hi to her.
Yeah, I'm your sister.
Jesus Christ. Cassian's in there being a bit flirty. Obviously, they're mated. It's obvious.
Yeah.
And he hasn't told her yet.
He hasn't told anyone.
Feyre can see it.
Yeah.
Everyone else can see it.
Rhys
can see it. But I have a feeling that, he's just not telling anyone even though they know it because he just wants to do with what he wants to do with that information. I don't know. And so we can see it.
But also, if he is mated to Nesta, mates are thrown out there so easily. We've got Reese with Feyre, Nesta, Lucian, now fucking Cassian and Nesta.
Yeah, Elaine and Lucian.
Sorry, yeah. Elaine and Lucian. Now,
Yeah.
there's just if everyone who hangs out with each other become mates.
Facts. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, turn someone into a fairy, they made it with the first person they see.
Yeah,
like I'm telling you right now.
maybe that's it.
Turn someone into a fairy, first person they look at, mate.
Did Feyre see Tamlin or Reese first when she was resurrected?
Well, she was in Tamlin's arms, but Rhysand was the last one to put a bit of magic over her.
Maybe.
I don't know. Bit delayed, but oh well. Basically, they go see Nesta. She's like, I'm not the one you need to worry about. It's Elaine. They go see Elaine. This bitch is sad. Yeah. All she says is, I want to go home. She doesn't want anything. Hasn't eaten. Doesn't sleep. Insane.
Doesn't do anything.
Girl, have fun.
Yeah, you're a fairy. You're immortal now.
All she wants to do is go back and she's just clinging to her past life.
You had some toxic boyfriend who hated fairies and now you're in the fairy realm.
Yeah, she's like, I was to be married in a week.
Yeah. Who
Seriously.
cares?
Okay, go back. All he's going to do is try and kill you because you're a fairy now.
Yeah. He was a dickhead and his dad was a dickhead.
You're older than Feyre. She dealt with this shit way better than you.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't seem like she's older in the book, even though she is. And it ended with Lucian not being able to see.
Yeah, so yeah, that's when they take Lucian to the room because Lucian does hear he was going to come in and see Elaine if she wanted to see him, but then he was at the door listening. Yeah. And so he was like, well, fuck, I'm not going to push her.
Yeah.
And that's when he takes him to his room. And yeah. Okay, chapter 16. They leave, go down. They go down to Amren's apartment, and Mor and Azriel there are waiting, and the rest of meet up there. And basically, they just go down and they're having a bit of chitty chatty, discussing plans. And Amren's kind of like, you know what you should have done, Reese? You should kill all the brothers, kill the fucking dad, and make Lucian the High Lord, which is a sick idea.
Subtle foreshadowing right there.
The sickest fucking idea ever.
Yeah.
He does talk about being High Lord of that place would be shit because everyone's backstabbing, but who cares? You got power. And then they're kind of like, well, talking about stuff. Feyre's let Rhysand into her mind to see all the plans. And so they're talking about allies. Who have they got? If Highbone has that many, 200,000 fucking people in his army, who have we got? And so they don't really have everyone. They talk about Miriam and Draken. And Azriel said that they tried. They actually went to the island to call in a favor. Gone. Abandoned. They're like, what? Did Highbone do it? Nah, no sign of him.
No signs of anything.
It's as if no signs of anything.
It's as if they were never there.
And Mor said that she says that Mor sounds like actually proper worried. But basically, it's just they might be hiding from Durian. That's what Feyre says. And then they go on and say there's all this like different chitter chatter. It is what it is. But basically, Feyre goes, well, they were trying to open up the wall. Can we close the holes in the wall so then they can't bring it down altogether? And Amren goes, yeah, you probably could because you were made, but the people that could do it even better is Nesta and Elaine.
Of course.
Because they were made by the cauldron itself. And she was like, oh my God, look, I'll fucking try, but I don't really want to bring them into this. And it's kind of like, yeah, cool.
Well, what do we reckon with that? Do we reckon Nesta and Elaine are going to become beasts?
Nesta will.
I think Nesta will because
Elaine won't.
Of that bit how like something was different about her.
Yeah, no, Nesta has...
Will she be good or evil though? That was alluding to evil in my eyes.
No, she'll be good. I think she'll be good, but she just like won't use it that often because she doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
I think she's going to be a beast. Personally, I think that she is going to be, for some reason, and I have a good reason as to why actually, I think she is going to be like as feared as Amren.
I agree with that.
Reason being, when Tamlin came and got Feyre in the first book, he glamoured their minds to not be scared and to convince them that Feyre went to see an aunt.
Yeah.
But it didn't work on Nesta because her mind was, you can't get into that mind. And as a human, if you can't get into her mind, imagine as a fairy.
I have a different conclusion.
Yeah.
Do you think Feyre's mum was actually part fairy? And that's why these three are becoming beasts. And that's why Feyre, Nesta, and Elaine are...
They have fairy ties.
Such good high
face. I fucking
face.
loved you, eh?
Yeah.
Fuck me.
I just listen and you talk.
Yeah, that's sick.
I get to think.
Okay, I think chapter 16, yeah, that's about it. Chapter 17. They head up back to the House of Wind and they have dinner. And it's with the main crew plus Lucian, and Nesta rocks up. And so, I don't know, you're learning a bit more. Feyre now seems like she's really part of the fam, And Lucian and Nesta, they obviously aren't. And like Lucian rocks up in fancy gear. And he's like, what was the dress code? And she goes, I don't give a shit. Whatever
There
you
is
want.
no dress
There's
code.
no dress code, bro. Same as like kind of Nesta's the same. I don't know. Nesta walks in. She's devastatingly beautiful. In my head, she's ugly because her personality.
I was going to say, I'm having trouble picturing Nesta as being this beautiful high fae type being.
Same.
And Moore's like frothing her dress.
Yeah, if Moore's like, where'd you get that dress? Rhysand never tells me where the good shit
And then
is.
she's a bit saying like, you look like a slut more.
Yeah. She like says, I wish I could, I don't return the favor.
Yeah.
Look at that fucking thing you're wearing. Whatever.
Dog.
And so, yeah, Faye was trying to be all nice to Nesta and shit, but Nesta sits down across from Amryn. She just looks at her. Why do your eyes glow?
Yeah.
She's like, whoa. Well, no one's ever asked me that, but they glow because it was one part of the containment spell that they just didn't get right, and it's the only thing that shows a lingering beast beneath. She's like, well, what is beneath? She's like, poof, they've never asked me that either. She's like, why? She goes, well, first of all, it's rude. Second of all, they're scared. And then she just says not much, basically, and then Nessa's kind of just not giving a fuck at all. No. And Amryn's like, girl, I like you. She doesn't say this, but you can tell. She gives her a smile, and she's like, when you unleash your power, make sure it's felt across worlds, girl. And that's why I think it's like Amryn can see it.
Yeah.
So Nesta's obviously a beast. And then they ask Nesta if she would help repair the wall. And she actually says yes. Surprisingly, she says yes. She goes, you know what? Fuck it, I'll help.
That's basically what she said.
Yeah, she literally kind of says, fuck it, I'll help. Fuck. And then Feyre goes also, oh, wait. A couple chapters ago, Rhysand also mentions that they need to call a meeting with all the High Lords. And he's like, I'm done fucking around. I'm calling a meeting 2 weeks from now. And we need to see who's on our side because we actually need to start planning for this shit, okay? And so she's basically back to where we're at. Feyre goes, we could use your help, with the showing what the cauldron did to you and convincing that Highbone's just going to do this to a bunch of people. And so get them to help us fight against Highbone. She goes, no. Yeah. I was like, shit, okay. She goes, no. Feyre was like, no, seriously, like, we need your help. And she's like, no. I was like, fucking hell. And so she starts talking about, I'm not going to whore out my story. I was thinking, fuck, you're so dramatic.
It's just a story.
Just tell them what happened to you.
Yeah.
You're going to live forever.
Yeah.
You're going to tell it one day to someone. Jesus fucking Christ.
They probably already know.
I know. It's like, do you want a world to live in or not?
Yeah.
You're going to live forever. It may as well be a nice world. Help the fuckers out. She's such a bitch. But basically, yeah. And then with the meeting of the High Lords, Lucian now has discovered they're going to have one. And he's like, well, is Feyre going? She's like, yeah, of course. And he's like, well, are you planning on hiding your powers? Because if my father discovers that you have any and they're from him, first of all, he'll try to kill you to get him back. And if he can't do that, he'll just join with Highburn because he'll just do it out of spite. So they're like, fuck. Rhysand goes, okay, well, looks like you and Asriel have some chatting to do at Lucian. And then after dinner, they go down for a little chatty walk, him and Feyre. And that's when Rhysand actually does say that she's like, do you trust Lucian? And he goes, well, because he showed him his wings. She's like, you showed Lucian your wings. Do you trust him? And he's like, well, look, he says it, but he doesn't say it. I don't even think she made it so Feyre understood. But he's like, look, however this plays out, I'm not letting Lucian leave.
Yeah.
He's like, talks about how his skills were wasted in the spring court. He had a fox mask for a reason. He actually would do really well here. And then what I interpreted was, regardless of what happens, he's not leaving. He will be a prisoner if not.
See, I didn't pick up on that.
I was thinking that's what he meant. Like, I showed him my wings and all that shit because this motherfucker ain't leaving. I was like, fair. But that's chapter 17 done. All right, now chapter 18, Rhysand goes, look, we got to set up one more meeting. And I've already set it up. And Cassian goes, no, don't tell me we're going to the fucking Court of Nightmares. He's like, yeah, bro, we need to. We need to go talk to Kiel.
Moore's like, no, not my father.
We need to go talk to Kier, and we just got to see. We got to ask him if he'll be on our side because he's also going to be part of this war, whether he likes it or not. And they're like, he's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. And Nesta's kind of like, well, why don't you just tell him to do it? Make him. And he's like, doesn't it work like that? We have a whole sub-treaty thing where our sub-courts, like, he rules there. I do technically rule over top of it, but they're allowed to say no to conflict. So basically, they
skipped the last 2 wars before.
They've said no to 2 times to Rhysand's dad.
But that was before Moore's dad took over too, Kier.
Yeah. That was before Kier took over as well. So she did say, she was like, don't waste your time. He's going to say no.
Yeah.
And he was like, we got to go. And so
I thought it was interesting too, because they talked about last time they went, Feyre was Rhysand's whore. I was going to say lapdog. Lapdog. Why can't I say that? Lapdog. And I'm intrigued to see like how they play that.
Yeah.
I thought those last
because she did say, she goes, last time we were there, I was your whore.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, you were, weren't you? Because now I'm high lady. What do you want me to play?
Do whatever you want.
And he's like, girl, it's up to you. And I thought, well, cool. And also at the same time, we got to add in here. She's they're chilling. She's talking with the group, and she's like, "Oh, She starts talking to Cassian. She's like, "When are we going back to training?" He's like, "Girl, 7 a.m. tomorrow. I'm feeling nice. Usually dawn." She's like, 7 a.m. That's not fucking nice. And he's like, "Hey, I'm a fucking Illyrian warrior. What do you expect?" She's like, 8, and he's like, "Nah, 7:30." She's like, "Nah, fucking 8. I'm a high lady, bitch." And then she goes, "Also, I want to learn how to fly." And they're all like, "Shit." And she's like talking about being part of the conflict, being part of the fighting. She's like, if I can fly, at least, give me something. And then they're like, okay, cool. And Azrael just goes, I'll teach you. I was like, fuck, Azrael, you're talking. And then he goes, I'll teach you because I also didn't learn to fly when I first had my wings. And even though Cassian and Rhysand probably could teach you, it's different with me. I actually learned when I was older, and there's different fears in place, and you actually have to overcome those fears. So she was like, okay, sick.
It's kind of like learning a new skill as an adult.
Yeah, that's what it was. It's learning a new skill as an adult.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that's what it was. It's like learning how to write as an adult or learning how to read as an adult. But so then now, chapter 19, Feyre is up training with Cassian. That morning, her and Rhysand had some pretty sweet lovemaking.
Oh, thank God we had a slow morning because I got to make love to Rhysand.
I woke up at dawn. She's like, good thing I said 8 o'clock because I woke up at dawn and I looked at Rhysand and I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to wake him up slow.
I ravished him.
And she like talks about him putting her down on her belly and kissing her back down to her butt. And I was like, oh, shit, fuck yeah, no, blah, 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 blah. And then they get up and Cassian goes, well, looks like you've already had 1 session this morning. Yeah. She's like, 2 Illyrians in 1 morning making me sweat. Whatever will I do? I was like, shit.
She knows how to flirt.
Yeah, she knows how to flirt. And Cassian's like, okay, cool, let's go. Blah, 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 blah. This is going to be fucking hard for you, bitch. This is going to hurt. And then she's like, what's wrong with you? And he's like, nothing. Blah, blah, blah. They start doing pads. And then he's like, all cranky. She goes, you're mad. And he's like, you and Rhysand like hid the truth from us. She goes, what? That night when we went to Highburn, the night prior, we did not know you were High Lady. At that point in time, in my head, you were still just his mate, who basically is still his. And, he is yours. Each other's to protect. Even though I would give my life to protect you, at the same time it was different. But if I had known you were my High Lady, you're mine then. You're also Amren's, you're also Mor's, you're also Azriel's, and we are yours.
I'll be Feyre.
Okay.
What's the difference, bitch?
What's the difference? And he's like, no, what I'm trying to say is you hid the truth from us. It would have gone differently. We would not have let this happen.
Would have happened the same. Doesn't matter.
Feyre, listen to me. I'm trying to tell you. 50 years ago, Rhys did the same fucking shit, all right? 50 years ago, he sent a message down the bond between all of us and he trapped us in this city, saving us.
Oh.
Okay? And I didn't fucking deal with it very well.
Oh.
When you left and went to the Spring Court, and when I woke up 2 weeks later from being healed by the healer, and when I was told the news, that same shit happened in my head, Feyre. You don't get it.
Oh, fair.
Yeah.
Fair deuce.
And then basically Nesta walks out and Cassian and Nesta start doing a bit of bantering and he's just like, girl, you look tense. I can help you with that. And she's like, fuck off, you oversized bat. And I was like, shit, Nesta, you're such a bitch. And then Feyre says down the bond, please, Rhysand, help me. He sends Azrael over. Azrael goes, boom, we got to train early. I got stuff to do. Let's get out of here. Bang. Blah, 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 blah. They do a tiny bit of training. She summons her wings. Azrael's like, girl, you're an artist. These look exactly like mine. I was like, you're a bit cocky, whatever. And then basically...
We're hearing Azrael talk in the dramatized audio. I don't like his voice.
Nah. I don't mind it. I like Cassian's.
I like Cassian's.
I don't mind Rhysand's.
I like Rhys. I don't like
really...
Tamlin, but I think that's meant to be bad.
Yeah, I think Tamlin's meant to be shit. But So chapter 20, Rhysand and Feyre go to a library in... a library. Do you say library or berry?
Library.
Correct. Rhysand in the book says library in the graphic audio.
I didn't even clock
it says
that.
Library, and I was like, fuck off, Rhysand. Basically, they go to this big...
I feel like this book brings so much sass out of you.
Yeah. And so they go down to this sick ass library and big ass doors. She said it's crazy. I'm picturing this thing as like wicked, right? Endless. There's a big ass pit in the middle. All right. They have like a priestess helping them. Not important. If you read the books, you get to learn about the priestess. But what we're here to learn about is the wall. And so they go in, they ask the priestess, did you find the books? She's like, yeah, cool. Follow me. they're going through, she sees this big ass massive pit in this endless library, and the pit just goes into the mountain. And he's like, she goes to Rhys and what's down there? And he's like, one time I dared Cassian to go down. He flew back up faster than I've ever seen him fly, and he wouldn't tell me. For weeks I was asking him, and he wouldn't tell me. He said, some things are better left unsaid and unseen. And I was thinking, shit, bang. And he goes, one time I was actually joking about going down there to see it for myself, and he fought me. He beat me up. They find their little spot for reading the books. They start to like nearly have sex, and then Rhysand just like gets her all horny and winnows away. And she's like, where the fuck did you go? She goes, I'm 2 levels down because I can't concentrate when you're making me horny. He's like, we got work to do, okay? Then they start reading. They find out some stuff about the wall. A lot of different things, but the only thing that they said was consistent in the books they had read for the couple hours was that the wall was actually intended to be taken down at some point. After a few years, the wall was put in place for just like to separate the mortals and and Prythian and the immortals, and basically they were supposed to live in peace again, but it just never happened, and it never got taken down. And the immortals, they grew old and died, but the mortals never did, and basically now it's just the world's fucked.
Yeah,
that's what they are. That was the only consistencies in what had happened. And so then they're back in the House of Wind, and they're kind of like, what the hell are we going to do? And Rhysand's talking about, he's like, I'll take the brunt of it if I need to. She's like, what would happen if you and the King of Highbone fought one-on-one? And he goes, would I win? I don't know. He actually has done a really good job of hiding what power he has. He always uses spells and trickery, but I don't think he would ever let it come to that. And if it did come to that, even with him without the cauldron, we'd probably just cause absolute devastation, and I don't know what would happen.
Yep.
But it's not going to happen. He goes, but I'm willing to take the brunt of it with my armies and myself just to get people to help us. And she goes, no, you can't do that. No. You're mine. I need you here. Blah, 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 blah.
Selfish.
Now, he goes like, well, what would you have me do about it? And she thinks for a bit. And she goes, well, what if, Highbone expects us to get all of Prythian to band against him. But what he doesn't expect is for us to get monsters. And she's like, I'm not just talking about monsters on the continent or in Prythian. I'm talking about, bro, we got Amren. And we got the Bone Carver in a prison in the Night Court who has nothing to lose and everything to gain. All they want is to get home. If we can figure that shit out, let's go find out how badly the Bone Carver wants to get home.
Very cool.
Very cool. And that's how it ended.
Extremely cool.
I'm pretty keen to see that. I'm loving this book.
I think this is my favorite.
Same.
Really think it is.
Already.
Yeah.
There's going to be so much fighting in it, surely.
Oh, 100%. And just the storytelling, and each chapter, new things are revealed. Yeah. And it's getting deeper and deeper, the ties and everything you're understanding is so cool.
Yeah.
So, thoughts and feelings? Very happy.
Very happy.
Yeah, very happy.
Feeling good. I like how it's going. I'm glad Lucian's a part of it now. I'm very happy.
Yeah, and predictions. Wow.
Okay, I was telling you before that I have a crazy prediction that I don't want to say to you, actually. I think I want you to cover your ears.
Because you think it's right.
Well, I want you to cover your ears, and I want to whisper it because I want to, if it happens, I want to have proof.
Okay.
Put your headphones on. Oh, no, you'll hear it. Cover your ears. I'm going to whisper it into the microphone. I think that Rhysand is going to die at some point. Maybe not in this book, but in one of them. Okay. Now, I've told them my theory. Hopefully no one comments it and you read it.
Okay.
And hopefully no one confirms it or denies it.
No one snitches.
But I have a feeling that it's going to, and I've been feeling it for about 4 days.
Okay.
Randomly for 4 days I've been feeling this theory.
Yeah, okay.
But apart from that prediction, new predictions. Let's go. You.
My prediction is obviously, I think Nesta and Cassian are going to start training together and secretly make love without anyone else finding out.
Oh, okay.
I think that's going to happen. And then I also think Lucian, I'm a little bit lost on. So I would like Rhysand and the Bat Boys to kill everyone in the Spring Court and he become ruler. But I don't think
Autumn Court.
Autumn Court, sorry. Autumn Court. But I don't think that will happen in this book. Or what did we talk about at the gym? What was that?
We were talking about predictions at the gym and then we shut ourselves up to wait for the episode. To be fair, you started this.
Yeah.
But I'll say it for you.
I've forgotten.
So, what we think is going to happen, it was a bit of a joint effort. So, Lucian is going to, Rhysand is going to somehow manipulate the situation and make it so Tamlin thinks that Lucian's family did something to turn Lucian against him, maybe, or something. And the way that Lucian's going to become High Lord of the Autumn Court is Tamlin is going to do all the killing of the brothers and and Baron, the dad, because we want Lucian to be High Lord of the Autumn Court because we want him as an ally.
Yeah.
Right? Now, Baron's a dick, probably won't ally with Rhys. But Rhys doesn't want to do the killing because Rhys also wants the other courts to ally with him. But Spring Court, he doesn't care about because everyone already knows that Spring Court's fucking allied with Highburn.
Yep.
So if Tamlin does the killing, like Tamlin's in a low place.
It's a
anyway.
win-win situation.
Like, Tamlin may as well let off some steam.
But we don't know how they'll make the Autumn Court seem like the bad guys. So Tamlin, I don't know what's going to happen there. But I think that's a good little prediction. And then also, what do you reckon is going to... So I've said a few times that I think Feyre's going to get pregnant. Do we think that happens?
Yeah.
Is it this before the war, though? Maybe it's like... You know in like Vikings, how they're like, protect her as soon as they get a kid and they want a son or whatever. Like right as they're about to go to war, Rhysand's like, no, this is my only heir. And says you can't fight. Or do you reckon she's so much of a beast she will fight?
I think that... I like the theory that she's going to fall pregnant with... I think she's going to start... I don't know, maybe vomiting or something, but she's going to fall pregnant.
Do they get pregnant
before the war?
The same as mortals?
I don't know.
We don't know that.
But I do think she's going to get pregnant before the war starts.
Imagine it's like an egg because they got wings, like a bird. What it could be.
No.
But I think they're my predictions. And I also think Nesta and Amren will become really good friends.
Because Amren's going to train Nesta. That we forget.
Oh, and the only thing I didn't touch on as well is Lucian and Elaine. I
don't ever see it.
I don't see it either. I really don't see it. I think Lucian's going to keep trying and she's just going to be depressed the whole time. And I don't think she's going to play much in this book at all.
No, I agree.
Or contradictory of that, she'll play a lot, but I don't see how.
And last but not least, Nesta and Elaine, I believe they obviously have powers.
I like my prediction about they have some type of fairy blood or
that's why they're beasts.
DNA already in them. Yeah.
And that's why they're beasts.
Could be. Do you have any other predictions other than the one you whispered?
It's too big of a prediction to have anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Interesting.
I tell you what, if it happens...
Oh, actually, I want to talk on the Summer Court too.
Okay.
Do you reckon they will join Rhysand's venture? Because they got the blood rubies out for their head. So they're having this meeting. This meeting's going to be in the next chapters. And there's some spell that they can't kill each other while they're under there or else they'll die or something. Do you reckon the Summer Court will sort of look over what happened before?
No.
Tarquin?
No, I think that they are gonna just not side with anyone.
Okay, they'll be on their own. Interesting.
I think that they're not going to side with anyone. I think that it's going to be an interesting...
I disagree. I reckon Feyre will go into Tarquin's mind and show him why they did it, and because he's so understanding, he will join with them.
Okay.
But they'll be fighting and then they do that.
Okay.
They're like Rhys and him are about to fight and then Feyre's like, no, I can go in there and show you everything we've done and why we've done it.
Okay. I like it.
Okay.
Guys.
All right. We've got to finish on chapters. For everyone reading along, what are we reading next week?
So we have read, so we are going from chapter 21. So do we go from chapter 21 to 31? That's 10 chapters.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what works well.
So it works well. Oh, I'd give anything to read so much more. It's just that it takes a long time to go through it.
It does take a long time.
Like,
and I
can
think
admit that.
so much is going to happen in these next 10 chapters.
I do agree.
So 21 to 31. We'll see you next week or see you early if you join Patreon.
Yeah, buddy.
There's going to be heaps more perks. Actually, is it next week? I've got another perk which is even better than the pajamas.
Announce it.
No. It's a surprise for you. You're going to absolutely froth.
Let's go.
More than this. I think you'll get the biggest boner you've ever had in your life.
What have you done?
Naked picture of Rhysand. No, I'm kidding.
I'll get that shit tattooed on me.
Stay bad.
Stay bad.